Hello again, I'm Alex Maselli. This is my one take, my pre-one take, before I go off to Turkey, Turkish Airlines Open. How crazy is it? A year ago, Tiger Woods was talked about. There was some thoughts that maybe he could come back. Then he goes to the Masters and wins. Then all the discussion is like, oh my gosh, Tiger won the Masters. What can he do now? Well, obviously not much. Now, was it because he isn't there with his back? Was it with the knee issue? We don't really know for sure, but we do know this. He did show up in Japan and won the Zozo Championship. Now, how does that happen? I mean, I could have been saying the same thing back in April when he won the Masters. How does that happen? Because obviously I am not a person that thinks that Tiger is really back and that he will ever come back. But I am wrong. He did come back, and he came back with everything that you would consider him to have when he was playing his best. He seemed to have total control of that golf course and that field, and won again for his, 82nd time. Now, that's got to kind of sink in for a second. 82. Sam Snead, 82. The only difference between the two is Sam had a little silkier swing. Sam wore a Panama hat, which Tiger has never done that I know of. And Sam played sometimes in bare feet. Of course, not on the PGA Tour that I know of. I don't think Tiger would have been playing in bare feet. But outside of that, everything else is the same. Great ball strikers. Great players. No question. Now, Henny Zool from Golf TV had a chance to talk to Tiger after his round.
Masters victory, 82 record-tying wins. How special is it to get this 82 number under your belt?
Well, it's incredible. Just to have, the number it's crazy how many wins that is, because you have to do it for a long period of time. Sam did it into his 50s.
Yeah.
I'm in my early 40s still, but in order to win that amount of times, you're gonna have to fail a lot. And I've been in a position where I have, lost a lot of events. I have failed, but I kept giving myself chances. And fortunately enough, I've been able to have won a few events over the years, and I've got on little hot streaks and hot runs, and it's amassed into a number of 82.
Henny Zool, Tiger Woods, unbelievable. Now, most people are saying, including Gary Woodland, who was in the field last week and played very well, he would be a fool, basically, if he didn't pick himself on the President's Cup team. Well, I have to agree with he would be a fool by not doing that. Do I still think it's a good idea? No. But when you look at who are the hot players out there, obviously you have to look at yourself when you just won the Zozo and your next event is going to be at the Hero in the Bahamas. That combination, though, Bahamas, 72 holes, then in turn traveling all the way to Australia and playing in the President's Cup, that concerns me. But Tiger Woods has shown now that he seems to be able to do anything, and I mean anything. Stephen Brown. I contend right now that Stephen Brown's win at the Portugal Masters was a more surprising win than Tiger's win at the Zozo. And here's why. Stephen Brown shot, I gotta look here, 69, 67, 65, 66. What you expect from somebody that's going to win a golf tournament. However, those three last scores, the 67, 65, 66, were the first time that Stephen Brown has broke 68 since the Maiden Denmark in August of 2018. Yes, 2018. That means the entire season of 2019, he never broke 68, and yet he found an ability to break it 3 times in winning by 1 in Portugal. Now, it's just me, but when you have nothing to show for it, no resume at all, no game seemingly, trying to fight to keep your card, and then you turn around and shoot those numbers, that to me is more surprising than Tiger Woods winning in Japan. And I'm going to put a question out there on Twitter about that and see what you guys think. But I really believe there's a difference between that and what Tiger did, even though Tiger's won 82 times now. And Stephen Brown on the European Tour has won 1. Gary McCord, Peter Kostis. Those are the voices you hear most of the times on Saturday and Sunday on the CBS broadcasts, sometimes on the Golf Channel broadcasts on the Thursday and Friday. Those are the names that you've grown up with, not only in McCord's case playing professional golf, but then covering golf for years and years and years, something like 30 plus years. Now, I don't want to say you'll never hear them again because I don't think that's true, but you're not going to hear them on CBS's broadcast anymore because they are done. Their contracts were expiring. They were not renewed. CBS gave all the platitudes about how great they were and how much they meant to the coverage, but it's kind of odd that they didn't at least renew them for 1 year, knowing that they're going into a new contract after 2021. Or actually, they'd have to renew them for more than 1 year, probably 2 years. But they clearly decided not to do that. Now the question is, outside of what's going to happen with Gary McCord and Peter Kostis, what's going to happen with those spots? Who's going to fill those spots? That'll be quite interesting. Frank Nobilo has been doing CBS broadcasts for a while, also on the Golf Channel. Would Frank Nobilo be filling one of those spots? Luke Elvey, the Australian, has been doing some CBS as well. Will he fill one of those spots? Or will they bring somebody completely else in? It's very unclear. I have to say one thing. At the top of their game in announcing, Peter Kostis and Gary McCord were great. They really were. And we all get older. Look at me. We all get older. But when they were in the top of their game, they were great. And they were great to listen to. And they were insightful. And I go all the way back to the Peter Allis days with Gary McCord. It was tremendous. But that's gone. That's gone now. One last thing before I wave goodbye, before I go off to Turkey, is I'm going to start a podcast. It's going to be on Fridays. It's going to be called Morning Listen. Very similar to Morning Read, but it's going to be the listen version. I'm not suggesting that you can't read. I'm just suggesting you might want to listen to Morning Listen. We're going to go in and out, be quick about it, but I want to get you some information, some insightful information going into the weekend. So it's going to be on Friday. So look for Morning Listen and Friday's Morning Read. There'll be a little link there. I appreciate you watching. Looking forward to Turkey. Looking forward to covering Turkey for you. I do know Justin Rose will be there, and outside of that, the field, I have no idea, but I'm sure it'll be a jam-packed field. I'm Alex Maselli. Thanks for listening, or in this case, watching.